he gonna get that are better looks playing off Joker as opposed to him basically shooting at the end of the shot clock when he's in Detroit? That's not to say that Cade can't create good shots for him. He ain't Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
would not be surprised if Denver was in the NBA Finals this season.
I
In the
think that they're gonna
25-26 season. I would not be surprised if he was back in the NBA Finals at all.
I think they have a complete resurgence. And I think Valanciunas versus Brook Lopez is interesting. I still think Lopez is going to provide value 3-point shooting wise, but everything else I feel like at this point Lopez is kind of over the hill on, or at least he wasn't as good as he was 2 years in. I think Valanciunas can still provide a whole lot of value for them. And then lastly, I just wanted to see how you're feeling about Colin Knippel, because for me, halfway through last season, he's projected to go like 10 or 11. He's projected to go to my Blazers, because the Blazers were going to have a 10 11 pick. And, to be honest with you, just looking at what his archetype was, I wasn't honestly that excited. But when I watched him in the NCAA tournament, when I watched him against UNC, like, I learned, he's not athletic, but he's so crafty and he's so much more skilled than what people give him credit for. And, like, is he going to be better than Ace Bailey? Skill set wise, he's not better. But what I will say is that dude's IQ is top notch. His ability just to honestly handle the ball and move with the ball in his hands, like in the IQ, all that stuff is just it's really glaring for me. I don't think he's going to come in and be like a starting level player at this point, because he's got to improve that body a little bit. He's just got to continue to get in the weight room, continue to get a little quicker and stuff. But I think 2 or 3 years down the line, we'll be looking at this dude in a very, very good light. I don't think he'll get to 20 points a game, because he probably will be a role player, but I think that he'll be one of the best role players in the league at least.
Well, the plus side to him is he plays within himself, and I really like that about him as a player, because that suggests to me that I'm smart enough to know what I can do, and I'm smart enough to know what I can't do.
Yeah.
And what I can't do, I'm not going to hurt the unit. On the flip side to that, I do think Charlotte made a mistake. I'm more partial to Trey Johnson, because I think that he fits what they're doing better.
Mm-hmm.
He's athletic. Not only is he athletic, more athletic, but I think he's a better jump shooter than Colin Knippel. I think he's a better scorer than Colin Knippel. And I think he's a better shot, not just creator, but shot taker than Colin Knippel. And I think that works. But, I mean, it's Charlotte, so there's really not much.
That did confuse me.
It's really not much that I can do with Charlotte, because it's Charlotte. I mean, what can I really say about Charlotte that hasn't already been said? It's Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that they really. I mean, they already got a league guard and they trade for Colin Sexton. What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? And I'm trying to make sense of what exactly. And Colin Sexton, I think, is a starter in the NBA. I don't think he's. I mean, he was 17, 18 a game in Utah.
Well, he doesn't make
sense.
With
that being said, like why are you trading for Colin Sexton? You trading for Colin Sexton. If I'm being honest with myself, you trading for Colin Sexton because you don't think LaMelo's going to hold up. That's why you trading for him. You trading for him for insurance.
He's still really good though. I just think LaMelo gets. People look at the flashy passes and people look at that stuff. And I'm not saying he's not a good passer, but when you look at a guy like Tyrese Halliburton, for example, he's not missing as many. Tyrese Halliburton barely misses reads. I think LaMelo is still he needs to work on his shot IQ a little bit more. And understand he was on a bad team, but it's like when you're shooting sub 40%, that's like a problem as a point guard when you're 6'7". So I feel like that he can't figure it out, but we're kind of teetering where he's been in the league so long. It's like, when are you going to? Like, I'll give you 3 or 4 years to reach a certain level, and then you've got maybe 1 or 2 more. And after that, then you're kind of just who you are. So, yeah, it's not to hate on LaMelo. It's just like there are a lot of flaws in this game.
Hey, man, you just calling it how you see it. And at this point, what are we in with LaMelo? I think he showed up in 21, or was it 20? I think he showed up in 20 during the pandemic. I think he was in that draft. All right, so we're going into year 5. No, I'm sorry. I think we either going into year 5 or year 6. So we're getting close to that. We're getting close to that. This is who he is. Space. I think we're getting close to that. So I'll be interested to see what I get from him this season. But good to talk to you, brother. I appreciate it.
You have a good one.
Yes, sir. What up?
Yo, chill, I'm good.
What up, brother?
Yeah, I'm seeing the title, Old Age Clippers. I came in late on this one, so I didn't hear too much of your opinion on them. Are you back on the train, or what's going on? What's going on?
No, I'm not on the train, but I do think that there's some of these pieces that could work. Like Chris Paul is a backup lead guard. I do think that this
I
could work,
was
and I do think that he could help them. Bradley Beal, I think he plays better off of James Harden than he did off of Devin Booker. James Harden is a better distributor. He's a better playmaker. I think he's a better scorer. So with that being said, I think that opens up a lot more for Bradley Beal as a
yep.
bucket getter. I feel like him and Devin Booker were basically tripping over each other, like stepping on each other because they both did kind of the same thing, which would
Yeah.
explain why it didn't work. But playing with James Harden, I think that could work. It's just a matter of his health because I know he's got a bad back, and yes, this is the as we could call it the geriatric crew. I mean, James Harden's going to be 36.
Nah.
Paul Pierce, Paul Pierce going to be 41. Paul Pierce, I'm sorry,
Oh,
Chris Paul's
Paul
going to be
Pierce.
40. Chris Paul gonna be 41
Yep,
in
yep.
February. We already know who Leonard is. So I mean,
Yeah,
they got some dudes that's long in the tooth. I mean, Brooke
I was
Lopez, I
gonna
think is
say
what.
though, I like the CP3 edition though. I think
Mm-hmm,
CP is one of them dudes, whether you like him or not, you gonna respect him. He's like an
mm-hmm,
on-court coach almost. And I feel like that was necessary for them in a way. For a team full of vets, they needed somebody to bring that all together because them dudes, I think 1 through 9, just like you said just now, they're probably 35 plus, like 1 through 5, 1 through 7.
yep.
It's
That's long in the
John
tooth.
Collins, probably the youngest one that's going to be playing a lot
Yep.
of minutes.
And what is he?
So
29, something like that.
yeah,
So he in his
he's
prime
a vet
still.
himself. So it's a team
Mm-hmm.
full of vets, and we know Ty Lue loves a team full of vets. Ty Lue not with the developmental shit. He not with the young
Yep.
players. He has never been. Ty Lue wants a team full of vets. That's what he loves to coach. So CP coming in being like an on-court coach for them in a way. I like the addition, even though he is long in the tooth, like you said. I think he's going to give them good minutes in an aspect they didn't have. He played with James Harden before, we know that, so the connection's there.
Mm-hmm. Now,
But
as far as the Lakers, I think that Marcus Smart, he the addition of Marcus Smart gives them something that they didn't have, and that's a perimeter defender. You ain't getting that defense from Luka. You're not getting that defense from Austin Reeves. You're going to get Austin Reeves to compete. No, don't get me wrong. He's going to compete on the defensive end. He's just not as good as a defender. So, with that being said, I need somebody that's going to actually defend. I don't need somebody that's going to try to run. I need somebody who can run. That's not going to
yeah,
work, right?
yeah, I hear
So
you.
adding Marcus Smart, yes, the shot selection is going to be a little tricky, and there's going to be times when you want to choke him out because with 17
Man,
seconds on the shot clock, this dude is cracking a three with somebody in his face. He's going to do that, right? But I also think that he's going to make big plays on defense to save games. I think that he's going to come up with a charge or a big time rebound or a big time steal, something like that throughout the course of the season, throughout the course of games, that's going to save them when they have when they need saving. And I think that that's going to supplement what they didn't have as a backup lead guard. The
for
question that
sure.
I have is with Vando because he's their perimeter defender. Is he going to be able to stay healthy? I do worry about the health of Marcus Smart, but I worry about it more with Vando because over the last 2 years, that's all I've really seen is him just be on the bench. He's got this foot injury that's been one of the biggest problems, but I've seen him working out in the summer and he looks super sharp. He looks like he's ready to go, which I think is good. I'd like to see him implement some of that stuff that he's doing
Yeah,
in the offseason. I'd like to see
he
him
got
implement
to.
some of
He
that.
got to add
I,
something to his
I,
game.
I would love to see him implement some of that stuff. I'd love to see him be able to knock down a mid-range shot just to keep defenses honest. I'd love to see that. Love to
Yeah,
see
I think the Lakers took an approach where they picked up dudes who kind of their stock is kind of low right now. Aiton, in my opinion, and Marcus Smart in a way, not because the basketball aspect. I mean, like you said, it's the games played, and we ain't really seen Marcus Smart like the past couple seasons. So the Lakers, I like the approach they took with taking dudes who kind of need their value restored in this league. So it
Yep.
all depends on how you look at it, and which side you lean with. If you're more of a star guy with the Clippers, they have a star field roster, or the not so attractive names like the Lakers did, like a Jake LaRavia, like a Marcus Smart, like a DeAndre Ayton. It just depends which side you lean with. But I was gonna ask you, now that we're kind of coming to an end, I seen the word out there right now is Horford and Melton are probably gonna head to Golden State. But other than that, it's probably we probably ain't gonna see that many more moves. So I was gonna ask you, what team do you think cleaned up the best? Who did their thing? Who got the A+ from you this free agency?
Um, the team that I thought did a great job in free agency was Denver.
Denver got the A+.
of all the teams that I saw in the offseason that, you know, did what they were trying to do to get to shore up their roster, it was Denver. And the reason why I say that is because Denver filled I feel like every need that was necessary. They got a backup big. They got shooting coming off the bench. I mean,
They
they
got
ended
their
up
guy back,
getting
Bruce. They got
they
Bruce.
got Bruce Brown back, so that there's your energy guy. Then you got your shooter coming off the bench, and Tim Hardaway Jr. So I mean, I feel like a lot of the stuff that was necessary for them in
Yeah.
order for them to get in order for them to get to where they're trying to go. Because I think that Denver, with the additions that they made in the offseason, I think that they could be a team that's going to the NBA Finals. I think they could be that good next year.
Okay,
That
so
good.
you're not of the belief that we getting a back-to-back champ anytime soon, huh?
I to be honest with you, and I love what they're doing I don't like what they're doing in Oklahoma City, Vinny. I
Man,
love what they're doing in Oklahoma City. I don't like it. I love what they're doing in Oklahoma
me
City.
too,
But
Trill. Me too.
I just don't think that I'm going to see a back-to-back champ in this decade. I don't think so. I thought it was Milwaukee, wrong. I thought it was going to be Denver, wrong. You couldn't convince me that it wasn't going to be Boston. Boston is definitely winning the championship next year. Nope. Jason Tatum tears up his Achilles, and even if he didn't get hurt, the Knicks were going to beat them anyway. That style of play,
Catching up to him.
that
It
they
caught up
have,
to him.
and it 100% caught up to him. So
Yeah.
I'm having a difficult time.
With the back-to-backs.
I can't see it. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I
man.
can't.
It's kind of fun though, the parody, man. We're enjoying it. I
Yes, it
think it's
is.
good for basketball.
100%. No
Good
doubt.
talking to you, though,
So
Trill.
good to talk to you, Vinny. You know where to find me at, brother. What up?
Whole bunch of stuff, man. But first, I want to say thank you for doing the show. This is a great show, man. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
Absolutely,
word,
Breezy.
man. You know what I'm saying? Big fan of what you're doing. I see you on TikTok. You everywhere. But the elephant in the room to me was, you know what I'm saying, the title, because it's like the youngest team in the NBA just won the championship. And now they look like they're the oldest team. And I'm just saying, I think me and Chill and everybody else watching the evolution of basketball happen right now. Where
Right in
young
front of
teams
us. Right in
were.
front of us.
I
Right in
wanted to
front of
hear
us.
you. I wanted to, you know, because I'm trying to chill with you. I want to ask you specifically. Do you see what? I know you do, but I'm saying in a question form. With you know what I'm saying? Sam Presti is doing with making his team competitive in that rookie scale contract.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Houston Rockets. They trying to make these these lottery picks and that rookie scale contract with a lottery pick. They trying to become competitive right away. I see it with the Spurs. I see it with Houston. I see it with OKC. You see what I'm saying?
Well, think this, fan. Think this, Breezy. If you look at who Oklahoma City got in free agency last year, they got Hartenstein. Hartenstein is a backup with the Knicks. Like, that's what they're getting in free agency. Like, nobody's coming to Oklahoma City. So we got to get it through the draft. We got to get it right in the draft. And we got, excuse me, we got to get it right in the draft. And we got to get it right when we trade for guys. Like, they screwed up and they owned up to it. When they traded for Gordon Hayward, it just didn't work, right? It just didn't fit. And I mean, that's part of it. Sometimes you're gonna miss, right? But for the most part, with all of the draft picks that they have, when things start to get expensive, they have the opportunity to reload. They have the opportunity. If I got to move off of Casey Wallace, right? I'm really not interested in moving off of J Dub. I'm really not. I'm not interested in moving off of him at all. No, but things are going to get expensive in Oklahoma City. They're going to get expensive fast because of this collective bargaining agreement, and it sucks too. But because I got the draft picks that I have, I'm going to be able to supplement that. And Sam Presti has shown us that he'll get it right in the draft more than he gets it wrong. Like finding Aaron Wiggins at the number 55 pick. That's a big deal.
55.
Like nobody really talking about that. Finding him at the 55th pick. Casey Wallace, right? Bagging Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey. I mean, I think that was a damn good trade for both parties.
Hell
You
yeah.
get your lead guard, I get my back. I get my wing defender, who I desperately need. So I feel like what Sam Presti is doing, I think that he set himself up with they're going to consistently be competitive because of those draft picks.
Yeah, I think just going younger for teams, trying to be competitive, specifically the Houston Rockets, OKC, and the Spurs. These teams being competitive this early in these rookie scale contracts, it's going to show competitive, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. And I think that, I was watching, you watch 7 p.m. in Brooklyn? You watch that show with Carmelo, the podcast?
I've seen it a couple of times. It's a good show. Yes.
Yeah, him and Tracy McGrady was on there talking about being pure Spurs. And you know what I'm saying? Tracy McGrady and Carmelo, they agreed that, you know what I mean, it's a lot of myths that go inside of, you know what I'm saying, the scoring the ball and, you know what I mean, being a playmaker, facilitator of scoring. But case in point is, the way they discussed it, it was like it's 90% mental. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
he was talking like Mellow, but I eat. Can you hear me?
Yes, you hot. I'm listening to you. You hot.
Mello, he was saying that he wasn't never worried about Tim Duncan guarding him. It was more of a, you know what I mean? I mean, not Tim Duncan, the guy that was guarding him. He was worried about Tim Duncan in the weak side, so he had to figure a way around it deep. They spoke on a lot of things. I don't want to ramble
No,
on,
no,
but
I
you know,
understand what you're
they
saying. If you look at scorers, right? If you look at scorers specifically, Kobe Bryant was great at this. Like the guy that's in front of him, he looks past him because I can get around him. I can get past him. I'm
are
looking at the second line of that defense, and what I'm doing when I'm looking at the second line of the defense, I'm playing plays in my head, 2, 3 plays ahead. That's what I'm doing. Okay, once I get by him, that weak side defender, he's gonna flash. When that weak side defender is gonna flash, he's gonna be open. But if he's open, that defender's gonna see that and he's gonna slide down. So I'm not gonna be able to hit him. All right, but I still got this guy coming up. So I can shoot right over the top of him. This is the kind of stuff the reason why I say that, Breezy, because I get that from Larry Bird. Larry Bird used to say that he would play the game a couple of plays ahead and it would work out exactly how he thought it would. I mean, that's the basketball IQ that these guys have, and I love that about I love that about guys like Carmelo Anthony, about Tracy McGrady, and the fact that these guys they wouldn't waste any time. Like, let's get right to it. I mean, I think that's what made them great scorers.
Nah, facts. The last thing I want to say, and I had to speak to you about it because, again, I don't know if they should get credit for it because I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, do a live, and they talking about, I'm talking about international basketball and national basketball. Like, we the NBA, we national basketball. The basketball is national. We here. You look at the talent here, they prioritize the talent here because we better. That's what we were notorious for a long time. Now, I'm only saying that to say with contrast to the MVP this decade. We ain't gonna go through it. But I said that to say that they take credit. The international basketball, when I googled it, because I ain't gonna lie, I googled it. But I'm asking you, somebody that actually seen it, basketball evolve through the, you know what I'm saying, plethora of seasons. Now I'm saying that to say the international basketball take credit for ball movement. They take credit for just kind of like playing a team way, and then they try to peg the NBA as being dominant with one player. So you know what I mean? I'm just asking you, should they be able to take credit for that? Is it always about was the NBA always about one player dominating, or did we have ball movement too? I just feel like they just taking some of the credit that the NBA deserves, the national basketball deserves. You know what I'm saying?
Well, think about this, Breezy. When Tex Winners and Phil Jackson bought into the idea of Tex Winners with the triangle, I mean, that was revolutionary. Like moving the basketball, like
Right.
not one guy just dominating the basketball. In fact, that's why we were losing because this one guy had the ball all the time, and it wasn't difficult to just load up on him. We can consistently load up on him. When we had Magic, okay, Magic sped the game up, but with Magic speeding up the game, even though he had the ball in his hands, he was looking for you. All you got to do is run. I mean, that's basketball. When I got a bunch of different guys in the game, it's difficult for you to key in on all of us as opposed to when I got one guy who's got the ball all the time. Well, if I'm throwing the ball into Olajuwon, we're playing off of him. It's not like I'm throwing the ball into Olajuwon and we just all standing around watching. No, that's not the way that works. Kenny Smith is flaring to the corner, right? Vernon Maxwell is diving to the rim. Otis Thorpe
Kenny
is
Smith.
also getting big. I mean, it was a number of different guys that made it clear that it wasn't just throwing the ball into Olajuwon. He was our hub. He was the offense, but we got other guys involved in the game in other ways. And I think with the international game, guys like Luca, guys coming to the league, they make it look like y'all the only ones moving the ball. No, the ball was moving in the NBA. Look at that Golden State Warriors offense. In 2014, that San Antonio the way that they beat that Miami Heat team, Breezy, that's the most beautiful basketball I've ever seen in my life. Ever.
Yeah, I know. I
I
know
ain't
you
never
love
seen
that
basketball
team.
that
No, serious.
man, that was the most beautiful basketball I ever. The way that they smoked Miami, I was like, nobody could beat you playing like this. Nobody. I don't care who you go get. If that ball is moving like that, you got no chance. The 96 Bulls, the 72 Lakers, none of you dudes got a chance against these dudes with the ball moving like that. So it's very important that we recognize that the ball has always moved in the NBA. It's just a matter of the influx of the Euro making it look like the Euros brought this over here. No, they didn't. No, they did not. That's just not true. So
Nah,
good to
I
talk to you,
appreciate
Breezy.
you, Chill. Yeah,
You
thank
know
you,
what
man.
time you at, brother. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we know what I think that we know what basketball is, and I think that we know like the right way to play. I don't think that it's I don't think it's news that the right way to play basketball is to make sure that we get guys involved. And don't get me wrong, we do need a bucket getter. We 100% need that. And if we got a bucket getter, we're going to be good. But we're a lot more difficult to guard when it's more than one of us. A lot more. So um you guys know where to find me. It's about that time for me. I got to bounce. It was good to see you guys tonight. Y'all know what time it is with me, man. You know where to find me at. If I'm not here, I'm on TikTok 9 a.m. every morning. If I'm not there, you can find me on a panel on the Players Choice Network right here on YouTube. If you can't find me here, you can find me right here on Chilltown Hoops weeknights. On Tuesday nights, me and my man Tony Tone, we do it on the Sports Fluent Network and right here on the Chilltown Hoops Network. If I'm not here, you can find me and my man Big Ox on Thursday and Saturday on the Players Choice Network. So I'm not hard to find, guys. I will see you soon. Until then, put on a suit, drink water, don't drink and drive. Hey, man, call your mother. When's the last time you talked to your mother? Call your mother. I will talk to you guys soon, but until then, take it light, but take it. Absolutely, man. It was good to see you guys tonight. This was dope, no doubt.